Hi everybody, I'm Lisa Shield. Welcome to Emotionally Naked Dating. I am a love coach and I work with savvy single women who look around at their lives and they realize that everything is working well except their love life. And they make a decision that they want to face this issue head on. And that's where I come in. They allow me to coach them through this process. And in 3 to 12 months, 70% of my female clients find true love. So if you are sick and tired of floundering out there, like, what are you doing? Let's get you some help. Let's get you the right answers so that you can get this thing solved. Because I'll tell you, it's worth it. It's really, I know it seems scary right now to think of facing this head on and like going for it, but I can tell you that what's on the other side for you is beyond your wildest dreams. All right, enough about that. I've just spent like the last 17 years in the most magical relationships. So I want this for every woman on the planet. All right. I want to talk today about showing a man interest because this was a big one for me, and I think it could be a big one for you. When I think back on all the mistakes I made, and there were many, yes, there were, but the biggest mistake, or one of, the very biggest mistakes I made was that I never let a man really know that I was interested in him. And I think we do this a lot. Like we will say, well, I don't know, and I don't know if I'm attracted and whatever. And the truth was, it wasn't that I wasn't attracted to many, many, many of these men. It was that I was scared. And because I was scared, the men that I was attracted to weren't attracted to me, and the ones that I wasn't attracted to were attracted to me. Because if I got around a man who I really was attracted to, I would get self-conscious, my energy would, I would withdraw, and, just energetically, I would push these men away. So not only was I not showing interest, but I was pulling away, and so they weren't coming toward me. Even if somebody did, I think that the truth is I was so shut down and shut off, and I was so afraid. And I can't stress this enough. We are scared when it comes to love. We are so afraid that we're going to open our heart to a beautiful person or a person, and they're going to break it. And then what is that going to mean? How are we going to recover from that? How will we put our lives back together that we've worked so hard, that we've so carefully constructed? And I'm just not talking about like your work life and all, but your emotional life. How can you put that back together? And if you get divorced or you get, cheated on or whatever, how do you get through that? And so we're all so afraid of getting our hearts broken. And the truth is, we're so afraid of that happening that we have all of these belief systems or all of these excuses for why we don't get close to other people. And I understand. I can look at some people and say, nice person, but not my person. I can, there are people I'm more drawn to than others. But when I was dating, and I really mean this, I was very, very, very open. I would go on dates with a whole range of different men. I gave people a chance. If it didn't work out, like if it wasn't a good match, so what? Then I would just tell myself I was one step closer to my guy, but I went out with a lot of men, and it was nice, and there's a lot of them, and they're all different varieties. And it opened me up a lot. It made me more comfortable in front of men and all, but I went out with a lot of different men because I needed to open up. I needed to sit across from men and be able to open up to them. And it wasn't just about, I knew eventually I would find my guy, but that pickiness, that you have, that you're so selective. I mean, I was super selective in the sense that I had a very high bar for what I wanted, but I was willing to interview a lot of men to see, because the truth is, if I really knew what to, everything to look for and how to do this, I would have done it. I would have done it. And so I needed to just open up in so many ways, right? I think we all do. You've got to start to open yourself up and remind yourself that, yes, you have preferences. Yes, you can be drawn to certain things in a man, but be open to the fact that a man may not be 6'7" and have a full head of hair and be ripped and be kind and sweet and emotionally available. I'm sure there's men out there like that, but maybe he's not 6'7". Maybe he's 5'11", but maybe there's something, maybe his hair is a little balding in back. I don't know. But, it's really being open to just being surprised. Maybe you never thought you'd date a professor, or maybe you felt like, everybody you dated had to have, an advanced degree. I have no clue what all of those criteria that you have are. But the truth is, if you have too many criteria, it just means that you're not open. You're not open to being surprised. You're not open to possibility. You're not open. And, we all think, if I put all these criteria, I'm getting more specific. No, if you put too many criteria, you're creating an impossibility. So you've got to be open to being surprised. I had no idea my husband was going to be a body worker. I didn't know where we were going to live or what our home was going to be like, or I mean, there's all kinds of things. I had, my husband drove a very old model car. Well, he didn't drive much. He worked from home, and he had an antique car that he really put a lot of his money and his attention into. So he didn't need a really new model fancy car, even though everybody in Los Angeles places a lot of importance on that. He was, and that was okay. And he had lost his house in a divorce, and so he was renting a lovely place, but it wasn't his own home. So what? Like, if you had asked me on a list, I would have wanted late model car, homeowner. But what did I get? I got a Rolfer with a heart of gold, who's the kindest human being I've ever met, who told me yesterday that I'm glamorous. I mean, what a wonderful thing for a husband to tell his wife, so I don't know, ladies, you got to show interest. You've got to open up your heart. You've got to make room for something unexpected and wonderful to walk into your life. So I am Lisa Shield, and this was my Facebook Live. I want you to go to my webinar. Once I get off of here, I want you to go to my webinar, and I want you to, you'll go to lisashield.com, click the link to the webinar. Then you'll go to the webinar. It's 45 minutes. Watch it. Just watch it. And if you really like it, then book a call with me, and we can jump on that call together, and I will show you how I can help you find your Benjamin. Thank you again for being here. I'll see you soon.